Alright, aloha shifters, light guardians, welcome back once again. This is Brendan and you're tuned in for another very fun, very exciting Paradigm Shift Central live Sunday guided global meditation that we do here on behalf of ParadigmShiftCentral.com, a real-world interactive game to be able to help assist with the shift in consciousness. So we're broadcasting live across Facebook, across YouTube. If you guys can just drop an 1111 in either of those chats, let me know that you guys can hear me okay, and we will officially get things rolling. And for those of you who may be brand new, welcome. We got something incredibly awesome that we're creating here as a community. So I'll give you guys just a quick introduction. We always have people who are tuned in, perhaps even for the first time, and that's a great thing, right? We're constantly reaching new people. There's a lot of momentum being created through this project, so we'll give you guys a quick introduction, and at the same time I'll give you a little bit of foresight as to what to be able to expect from tonight's guided global meditation. And tonight's going to be a really cool one. Tonight's going to be a really special one. I've actually been kind of like working up to this one with previous ones, and that's something that you'll find with these meditations, is that doing them once is awesome, but if you kind of like return and you do them consecutively, they kind of build on each other. We're kind of peeling back layers. We're building in layers. So we're going through layers of the wormhole, so to speak. So dimensions within dimensions here on Paradigm Shift Central. Sweet. Lots of 1111s in the live chat. Thank you again. So use this time to invite other people to tune in. And I'm just going to give a quick introduction. And yeah, you know, one of the things that we want to keep in mind as we do this, and oh, okay, looks like I just lost the YouTube feed, or sorry, the Facebook feed. For those of you who are watching this, just know that, or maybe we didn't lose it. No, okay. Oh, sweet, we didn't lose it. Okay, never mind. No, I think it's trying to crash itself. But again, just as a quick reminder, never watch this off Facebook. Always tune in at youtube.com/SkullBabylon or at live.paradigmshiftcentral.com. That's the main channel that we're going to be helping redirect people through. If you're on Instagram, that's like the link in my bio moving forward in the future. So one of the things that I just wanted to mention real quick, and as I'm doing this, I'm just inviting you guys to start getting comfortable. Find a place where you're going to be able to sit. This is going to be one of those meditations where you're going to want to stay awake. So find a place where you're going to be able to perhaps even support your back, sit comfortably with a pillow between your back and the wall, sit on your bed, even sit on the ground, sit next to your bed, whatever works for you. Get some pillows, get nice and comfortable, get some water, get some tea, and I'll just go over a quick introduction. And then from there, we will get right into this meditation. In this broadcast, we're going to keep it within an hour. This isn't going to be a super long one, but it's going to be a potent one. So one of the things that I just wanted to mention real quick is that with these meditations, I want to remind you that part of what we're doing here, we're creating sacred ceremony, we're creating momentum, we're building upon something week to week to week. And so one of the simple objectives as a team is to be able to really work towards some milestones of being able to do these meditations with, say, 100 people tuned in live. And when we're collectively directing our intention, this is a very powerful thing, and it's something that I feel as a community we need this now, not just for ourselves but for others, to be able to, in a sense, really create a space where we can practice focusing our collective intentions to do some literal grid work. And we'll get a little bit more into that within this episode, but just reminding you that as you guys share this broadcast, as you get into the routine of doing this, maybe this is your first time, maybe you're listening to this in the future, but if you create the habit of coming back here as a practice, as a ceremony, as a chance to connect with ourselves as a team, we're going to keep working towards those milestones where we will have 100 people tuned in. We'll have 200, 300, 500, 1,000 people tuned in afterwards. So thank you guys for helping create that momentum. It's an honor to be able to be in this space with you. So before we get into this, just a super quick reminder that these broadcasts are made possible thanks to everyone in the community, but also a huge shout out to the Patreon support. And you can take a look on screen right now and you'll be able to see that the Patreon is currently at 135 active donators with about 792 earnings monthly. So that's a huge boost from literally the last time that we did the show. And a lot of that's been me taking the time to really go out of my way to connect with a lot of you guys one-on-one, which is something really important for me me, and something that if you're on Instagram and you're liking my posts, I'm going to be like checking out your profile, and I want to be able to like connect with you. I really want to be able to get to know like who's engaged with this project. So shout out to everyone who's recently been signed up for the Patreon. We'll refresh that at the end of the show. And again, patreon.com/Brendan Culleton. Through there, you get your shifter booster kit with your shift buttons, your laminated free hug signs. Again, the shift buttons connect people to the Paradigm Shift Central website. You wear them, share them, potent tools for hacking the shift, hacking the matrix. And we also have the Light Guardian crystals that come with the shifter booster kits. And for those of you who already have yours, now would be the time to grab yours and have it with you during this ceremony. And there's a lot of people who are going to be getting theirs in the near future for having signed up. So these are powerful tools, and they're actually going to be like they're going to become more involved within the story as we move forward. So that's part of the idea, is that each of these Light Guardian crystals are anchoring our nodes within the grid that kind of take part, help amplify the idea behind this global ceremony that we are creating together. So it's a powerful thing when you encode the power of like the stars into a single object, which is essentially what we're doing. And these are keys to a bigger story. Stay tuned and learn more. So thank you again, everyone, for being a part of this. For this meditation, what we're really going to do, we're going to create a very special ceremony, and something that is going to be like very personal, and something that I've been kind of like waiting to do for a while, because within the last couple of weeks, we've really been creating momentum. And there's been a lot more people who have been connecting. And I really just want to be able to like honor the people who are finding this project, because in the same way we talk about with any other broadcast, you know, this isn't an accident. If you have come here, if you're literally going out of your way to listen to this, it's because you're resonating with the frequency we're putting out. And the frequency we are putting out, that I am putting out, is to be able to help build a global team of light guardians. And so tonight's broadcast is going to do a lot with activation, and it's going to be a little ceremony. And part of the ceremony, and I'm going to tell you what it is so you can understand, so you can sort of know what you're getting into. Part of what we're going to do, we're going to scan our body in the way how we normally do. This is where we just like focus like different parts of our body, relax, breathe into our awareness, and then move into that place of stillness. That's the first thing that we do with any meditation. It's kind of like turning, you know, it's dialing our frequency. And then as we do that, if we're in that place of stillness, it allows us to go deeper within the meditation. Next thing that we're going to do, we're going to spawn ourselves into the forest. Again, this is something that we've done in the past, but we're going to do a little bit quicker this broadcast. We're not going to spend as much time on it. We're going to dial ourselves into the forest. We're going to focus on our senses. The next thing that we're going to do from there, we're going to pull ourselves into the 3D perspective, and we're going to activate our avatar, meaning we're going to visualize ourselves as kind of like a fantasy version of ourselves. Because the next thing that we're going to do after that, I'm going to take you into a temple. I'm going to take you into a very sacred temple. And within this temple, we are going to have a ceremony. And what I mean by this is that I am literally going to be in that temple waiting for you. And you are going to come find me, and you are going to meet me there. And then what's going to happen from there is that we are going to connect within this meditative space, because I want to be able to like create this little ceremony. And also we're going to even bring in, and this is a really cool thing, this is like the thing that I'm really excited about, we're going to be bringing in focus on using the Paradigm Shift Sigil. And so for those of you who aren't familiar, I'm literally wearing the Paradigm Shift Sigil as a button right now. And I'm going to bring up the graphic on screen, because I want you guys to literally look at the screen right now and take note of what the Paradigm Shift Sigil looks like. So I'm just going to, for those of you who are listening to this just in the audio, be sure to even just like pause this and go take a look at what the Paradigm Shift Sigil looks like. Because what we're going to do within this ceremony, we're going to help kind of like anchor in to using and creating a practice of using this sigil as a team for the purpose that it was created for. And so this is like something that we've really been working towards in different parts of the project, and it's always been there, the Paradigm Shift Sigil. And again, for those of you who may not have it visually in front of you, imagine kind of like two compass points for north and south, and they're kind of like pointing in opposite directions, north and south. And then on the left and right, you kind of have these two pillars, but then these pillars kind of have these focal points that point out towards east and west, but also additional focal points that point in towards the middle. And so it's kind of like a crystallized point within the middle of focus. And then in the middle, within the sigil, essentially it's emptiness, it's nothingness. In the visual that for those of you who are looking on screen, you're seeing like the pulsating orb. But the sigil itself, it's an empty space, but within that empty space there is everythingness. And that's kind of the idea, and that's kind of the power of it, is that within that center point, that's where like a lot can happen. And so this sigil is something that we've been putting intention into for quite a while. I've been carrying it with me literally for quite a while. And we're going to start using it more and more as the project evolves, as a bit of, I mean, if you want to use the word experiment, that's fine. But it's also just kind of like doing something that is nothing new, but also just kind of feels natural. And so what we'll be doing is we'll be using this sigil, not just in tonight's meditation, but in future meditations, where we visualize it within our mind's eye. And then we collectively allow ourselves to connect to it and through it. And for us to be able to use it as a portal that literally kind of like connects into the past, the present, the future, into like everything as much as we need it to be. And also to literally be able to like move through and to be able to place our intentions through into the grid. So again, for those of you who are looking at the screen right now, take a moment here to even just eye gaze. And this is something that we'll be doing more in the future. Eventually in the future, we're going to have like open visualized meditations eventually, and this is just to give you foresight of what's to come in the years to come. You know, what we'll be doing is like literally the idea of kind of like having guided virtual reality meditation experiences. So you can kind of imagine like what that would be like to kind of be able to do meditation, not even with your eyes closed, but with your eyes open, with like a VR headset on. Again, it's kind of like experimental, but it's exciting. So just take a look at the sigil right now. Visualize what it is, memorize it, literally memorize it. Look at the subtle details of it. So you got the center points, which again, is kind of like a north and south node. And again, as you look at the symbol, it's like a very ancient and futuristic symbol. It's going to look familiar to you, and there's like a lot to it. And again, this sigil, using the term sigil specifically, for those of you who don't know, sigils are symbols that have like intention encoded into them. So essentially a lot of the things that we see in our society are sigils. You know, things like logos that companies use, you can think of those literally as sigils. At the same time, you can create sigils for yourself that have intention. So this paradigm shift sigil carries the intention of the team, carries the intention of light guardians, carries the intention of consciousness, of community, of courage. It carries the intentionness of also being a mirror for what you choose to see in it. And that's a very powerful idea. For I want each of us to kind of be able to look at the paradigm shift sigil and kind of be able to think and be like, what does it represent to me? And so some of the base concepts, you know, a lot of people like when they look at it, they're like, oh, you know, like it looks like, you know, kind of like a beacon or direction or a compass. And so even as you look at it, for those of you looking at it right now, allow yourself to just kind of like not blink, open-eyed gaze, and just kind of like allow yourself to be in the breath of it. And I know the animation that you're watching right now is a little bit choppy. That's because of the broadcast software. So in the future, we'll make sure that that's more optimized for a better experience, but you're still getting the gist of it. So just take a moment here to memorize what that sigil looks like, because you're going to be visualizing that during the meditation as we do this at a certain point. So again, this sigil, and I'll just explain it to you real quick. This sigil was one that came to me back in 2009, give or take. And basically it was just like something that just kind of, I knew what it represented. And then from there, the Paradigm Shift Central project naturally evolved, and it naturally became like the sigil, the logo for it. But through this, it reflects the intention of the project, which again is about being able to bring people together, to be able to help be beacons, and to be able to help assist with the shift in consciousness. So there's a lot of mystery here that's still unfolding, and I'm exploring it alongside with you. And I want you to be a part of kind of like helping encode our intentions into this sigil. And so when other people see, this is the idea, and I'll summarize this and then we're going to get right into it. Think about it this way. When we encode that in sigil with our intentions of like, again, courage and like compass, direction, compassion, you know, other people, when they see the sigil for the first time on a hyperdelic level, they'll see the sigil and that information will access, like it will connect with them. It will kind of like even if they don't know what the symbol means, the information that it projects, that it carries, will still be received by them And then in a way, they'll actually be able to like interpret it with a higher degree of accuracy in a sense, which again is like a very interesting idea for people to simply see a symbol and for them to be able to receive the intention of it, even if they haven't even been told what it is. So just think about that. So again, what we're going to do, we're going to work towards this ceremony, and we're going to be taking within it some time to collectively put our energy like into the grid, do some like global healing type stuff. And then from there, we'll, there's a little bit there. I just don't want to spoil all of it. But after that, we'll wrap it up and that'll pretty much be it. So this meditation may be like less than 40 minutes, between 30 and 40 minutes is the objective. So obviously I just had to take a little bit of time to preface it, to explain it. But again, thank you for your attention. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here as a team. As we do these meditations, this is practice. And as we do them, we level up together. We level up as a team. We activate. We continue to move forward within like these steps of the story. And so it's a very exciting thing that we are doing here. Again, building a global team of light guardians, of shifters, of people who are intentionally helping assist with the shift in consciousness. And part of the big idea, and I'll just say this and then we'll get into it, is that it's about collective momentum. It's about the shared inspiration. So as we kind of like bring the sigil into our mind's eye and carry it with us, literally carry it with us, it connects us as a team. It amplifies things. It accelerates the story. It's a place and a portal for consciousness to come through. And so I'm just going to switch over the graphic here. So I'll just bring myself up on camera here. So again, thank you everyone for being a part of this. So let's do this. Again, after this broadcast, we'll just take a few moments to wrap it up. We'll refresh the Patreon at the end of the broadcast. Not really expecting new Patreon donations right now, but again, afterwards, if you really enjoy the value that we are creating here as a community, which is putting out all of this for free, that's the idea. We want people to be involved. Then be sure to check out the Patreon and contribute your monthly micro donation as we continue to do this and help us reach our next milestone of 150 team Patreon supporters actively donating. And I'm confident we're going to reach that before the end of the month. Like I plan to surpass that. We're going to be accelerating in some pretty exciting ways here. So thank you again, everyone. And be sure to tune in for future broadcasts as we do this. Quick reminder that Thursdays are our team roundtables at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And be sure to join our team Discord chat afterwards at tinyurl.com/paradigm shift chat. And I'll post a link in the chat afterwards. So everyone on YouTube, jump over to the Discord afterwards and we'll hang out a little bit more. So we got a lot going on here as a community. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's move right into this. So I'm going to switch back onto the graphic and inviting you to begin your meditation practice by finding a place where you're nice and comfortable. If you're not already seated in one, again, don't listen to this lying down. If you do, there's a good chance you might fall asleep. And just confirming, yeah, I think we did lose the, looks like we lost the, I don't know if we lost the Facebook feed or not. Oh well, I think it's still up. Anyways, okay, let's do this. All right, so if you have your light guardian crystal, just keep it with you, either hold it in your hand or just somewhere nearby. Thank you again, everyone, for being here. Take a moment here to thank yourself. This is just practice. Again, as your friend, as your ally, as your companion, reminding you that when we do this, this is about, very much a practice. And as we continue this practice, we continue to discover more of ourselves. We connect deeper as a team. We prepare ourselves for what's still ahead, for the ongoing practices that we will continue to do. So, oh, and the more you do this, the more it will like activate your psychic abilities and your intuition. Obviously, duh. So that's why we're here, right? Everyone's getting more psychic every day now. It's beautiful. All right. So just inviting you to find a place where you can get nice and comfortable. Inviting you to even just wiggle your body just a little bit as you prepare to move into a place of stillness. As you prepare to move into a place to hold space for this meditation, for this practice. And so, allowing yourself to get nice and comfortable, let us begin simply by bringing awareness to the breath. Gentle inhales through the nose. Gentle exhales through the nose or the mouth. Again, gentle inhales through the nose. Gentle exhales through the nose or the mouth. Continuing to allow the rhythm of your breath to occur naturally. Feeling the inhale meet the exhale, and the exhale meet the inhale. Reminding ourselves that we literally are the breath of the universe. So as we breathe, we feel that constant expansion, contraction. Growth and rest, up and down, in and out, the cycle within every breath. So allow yourself to just be very present with your breath here. And with each breath, allowing yourself to become more relaxed. And from here, we'll begin to gently scan our body, which will in turn move us deeper into a place of stillness, which will in turn allow us to bring more focus within our mind's eye, within our imagination. So as we continue to breathe, let us gently bring our focus, starting down at our feet, our shins, our ankles. And as we place our focus there, literally just with the thought of your mind, just kind of direct almost kind of like a relaxing energy, purely through will. And just allow your feet, your shins, and your ankles to gently relax. Good. Moving our awareness up to our knees, up to our thighs, up to our hips and our groin. And allowing our knees, our thighs, our hips, and our groin to gently relax. Moving our awareness up to our torso, up to our stomach, up to our lower back. Allowing our torso, our stomach, our lower back to gently relax. Even just straightening up the spine here just a little bit, just a little bit. Bring awareness to our chest, our shoulders, our back. And gently allow our chest, our shoulders, our back to gently relax. Bring awareness to our biceps, our elbows, our forearms, our wrists, our hands. And gently allow our biceps, our forearms, our elbows, our wrists, and our hands to gently relax. Moving awareness up to our neck, our jaw, our tongue. Again, either choosing to keep the tongue on the top of the mouth or gently allowing it to settle. Allowing the neck, the jaw, and the tongue to gently relax. Maintaining awareness of the breath, moving our awareness up to our cheeks, up to our nose, our eyes, our eyebrows, our eyelids, our forehead. Allowing our cheeks, our nose, our eyes, our eyelids, our eyebrows, and our forehead to gently relax. And from there, bringing our awareness to even our ears and to the back of our head and the top of our head. Just allowing our ears, the back of our head, and our top of our head to gently relax. Good. So just noticing what your body feels like now. Again, finding a place of stillness, having your hands gently relaxed wherever they may be, being aware of your breath. Good. And so slowly as we move into this meditation, we'll begin by bringing our awareness into our senses. And as we do this, we use our imagination to make our senses feel as real as possible. So like activating this natural virtual reality within ourselves. We will do this as we gently bring our awareness into the imagination of being inside of a magical forest. And so in this moment, using your creativity, using your mind's eye, begin to imagine forming the landscape of a forest around you. And begin to activate your senses one by one. Imagining, even feeling the coolness of the earth on your feet, underneath, gently wiggling your toes, bringing your awareness, let's say that is currently later in the day, closer to sundown. So it's almost like the golden hour right now. So everything is illuminated. And you can feel the air on your skin. You feel it maybe even giving you goosebumps. Perhaps it's even a little bit cooler this time of day. You observe and look around you. You observe and connect your awareness of the life that this place has, knowing that this is not just a place within your imagination, but we are equally arriving at a shared place within our shared imagination. So you can almost think that this place that we are going to literally exists in other dimensions, purely because we are imagining it here and now. We are returning to it through the power of story. And so you look around, you see the height of the trees. Maybe this is a different forest from the previous ones that you have arrived in if you have tuned in for other meditations we have done. You breathe in the air, you hear the sounds of birds, insects, animals, even the rustling of the trees, of the leaves. Good. And as you do this, let us begin to slowly bring our awareness into our body, our imagination body within this space. So gently begin to imagine lifting your hands up in front of you. And as you do this, again, try to make this as real as possible. Even feeling the texture of your own digits. Again, your physical body is still at this point. Yet within your mind, what does it feel like to be moving your hands back and forth, turning them left and right, opening and closing them? As you do, you adjust yourself to the awareness of your body within this space. You are dialing yourself into this frequency to be as present as possible with this experience. And so from here, gently, what we will do as we continue to bring awareness to our physical body, we will slowly, and again, for those of you who have done this before, you're already familiar with this, slowly begin to pull our awareness backwards outside of the first person perspective. And so now you are perceiving yourself from behind and even rotating around to see who you are in this space. And as you do, begin to imagine yourself in a magical outfit, something that you would wear almost to a magical festival, a celebration, or something that just feels very sacred to you. So you are imagining yourself dressed up in the same way as you might for some sort of fantastical adventure. And again, the purpose in doing this is you are almost imagining yourself as your fully activated avatar self, the you who is already inside of you, that badass version of yourself, where if you had to dress up and you had to bring out that inner badass, this is what it would look like. Imagine that now. So maybe you have any extra jewelry on, a cloak, a hoodie, something that is beyond this regular space and time. even jewelry, even imagining yourself wearing a light guardian crystal around your neck as a necklace, illuminating from the heart. And so just take a few more moments here to crystallize what it is that you look like within this space. Familiarize yourself with your avatar. And so take another breath here, and as you do, on the next few inhales, slowly bring your awareness back into your physical body. And by that, I mean your imagination body within this space. So back into the first person perspective. Good. And now you look at your hands, and perhaps your hands look a bit different. Perhaps there are rings on them that weren't on there before. And now, as you become more situated with your body, begin moving through the forest and begin walking forwards. And as you do, again, be feeling the awareness of the texture underneath your feet, feeling the leaves brushing against your skin as you walk past them, hearing the sounds of the forest, feeling the air on your skin, smelling the sensations as well. Good. And as you continue to walk forward, you begin to see a path emerging. And soon you find yourself on this path with large trees on either side, framing the path with a presence, with a sense of magic. And as you continue to walk on this path, you look before you in the distance and you see an ancient and yet futuristic temple, one that is beyond space and time, existing within these planes. And you approach this temple, and it is shaped similar to a pyramid, yet slightly different, meaning that there are accentuations on it. Perhaps there are forms and architecture that you may or may not recognize, reminding you almost of something that would have been from the times of Lemuria, of Mu, Atlantis, or again, even something futuristic from another planet, from Andromeda. And so you take this opportunity to look towards this temple, and it does not matter exactly what it looks like, but you imagine it within your mind's eye to simply be magical, to be sacred, to be seen as a center point, as a gathering point for ceremony, for community. And there is a calling from within it, a pull, a gravity that moves you closer towards it. This is a very special temple. This is a very special and sacred place. And in many ways, to your soul, it feels quite familiar. And so you walk closer to this temple. And as you do, you move towards its entrance. And you see that there are torches illuminating the sides of the wall. As you get closer to it, you realize the scale of it. Not incredibly huge, but still pretty impressive. You feel the sense of magic moving through your body, and even observing any tingling sensations through the spine, even at any point during this meditation. And so you walk inside of this temple. And as you do, you continue to follow this single path, slowly taking one step at a time. And this path continues, and as it does, eventually it opens into a main room. And this room is circular. And within this room, the pillars that were at the side of the walls continue and open up to form in a circle. And at the center of this room, on a floor that in itself has Mandela-like patterns, cyclical patterns, clearly marking a center point within the room. As you enter into the center room, you look up and you see that there is a hole even at the top of the pyramid. The ceiling is majestic. It brings into your heart a sense of awe and wonder. And as you walk into this room, at the center of it, you see another person who is wearing a cloak, who they themselves is draped in mysterious garb. And now, of course, as you walk towards this person, you realize that they feel familiar, that they are someone who you've met before. And as you get closer, this person pulls their head up to make eye contact with you. And as you do, of course, you see the face that goes with this voice. For I am there to meet you. For I am there to be with you in this space at this time. And so as we stand in front of each other, we take a moment here to simply look each other in the eyes. And as I look into your eyes, I see within you something so inspiring for me. Again, a sense of familiarity, a sense of kin, a sense of tribe, a sense of deep communal love. And so as we look into each other's eyes in this moment, let us use this opportunity to simply eye gaze in silence. And so you see my face, and as you do, you see that my eyes slowly almost begin to illuminate slightly different than normal, as the blue within my eyes almost seems to shift to that of silver. And equally so, as I look towards your eyes, I see your eyes seem to become brighter. And so let us just take a moment here to gently eye gaze with each other and breathe into this breath. Gentle inhales as energy, feeling it slowly moving up from our root. And exhale as that energy slowly moves down, up and around our head, past our chest, and down past our heart, and down to our root again. And as we just take this moment here, just for the next little bit, to complete this opportunity to eye gaze with one another, we simply allow ourselves, feel invited to open our hearts within this space. And as we are in this space, perhaps you begin to even see the reality slowly starting to shift as we gently eye gaze. You may notice a slight morphing within the perception of my own face. And though we will not go incredibly deep into it at this point, just take notice that as you do, you too can see the many layers of who I am, the many faces that I have had. And you again sense a sense of familiarity in that. For yes, if you are here, if you are in this space, then again, it is because I have been looking for you. It is because we have been looking for each other. It is because we have been waiting for this moment to be able to cross paths once again. And so just take another breath here with a deep sense of open-heartedness, a deep sense of connection as you and I personally hold space for one another, see the light within one another with deep gratitude, with deep strength, honoring all that you are, honoring all that each of us is, and knowing that together we are both so much more. So just take another breath here to conclude this part of the meditation, and slowly just imagining yourself relaxing your eyes. And as you do, you see a smile come over my face, as a smile perhaps comes over yours physically in this moment if you wish. Just try it. And at this moment, naturally, without even saying a word, we take a step closer and we embrace in a deep, heartfelt hug. And so just take a moment here to literally imagine us hugging, as simple and somewhat silly as that may be. Just take a moment here to literally imagine ourselves hugging. And even in this moment, if you wish, if there is anything that you feel called to even just express towards me, any gratitude that you would like to share, you can do that within your own heart space, and I will be here to receive it. And equally so, I take this moment to express my gratitude back to you. And I welcome you, and I thank you for being here, thank you for arriving in this temple at this place. And so just take another breath here, and as we do, almost feeling our breath synchronize while still embraced in a hug. Gentle inhales, and gentle exhales. Again, gentle inhale, and gentle exhales. And yes, as easy as it would be to simply just melt into this hug, we will slowly continue with our breath as we gently release the hug and move back into a position where we are standing before each other. And so in this moment, as we still are looking in each other's eyes, and you maybe even be noticing any morphing still happening, you're still welcome to imagine yourself eye-gazing as I am talking to you in this moment. And even imagining even any illumination of any energy points beginning to shine through, you may notice a slight illumination on my third eye. And that's not just me, that's you literally beginning to pull back the veil of this perception that you are choosing for yourself in this moment. And so, standing in front of each other at the center of the circle, surrounded by the light of the candles that hold the edge of the circle, I look you deeply in the eyes, and I thank you, and I say to you the words I am saying to you now. Thank you, my dear friend, for being here, for there is something very special that I would like to be able to share with you. And the magic of this is something that is not just mine, but in many ways was given to me to carry so that I may give it to you, so that I may give it to us. And yet even still, that which I carry was not just from myself. You can think of it as literally being from the universe itself. But in particular, this was given to me, or rather this quest was given to me by my own teacher, by my own friend, by our friends. And you may know him by many names. You have seen his face in many ways. For he, like you and I, is also a wizard, is also a magi of this nation. And so, yes, on behalf of Merlin himself, as ageless as the story is of the Merlin inside all of us, I am honored to be standing here in front of you, to be able to enact and take part in this ceremony together, for that is the purpose of it. For I cannot do this by myself. This ceremony only exists through the participation of each other's presence. So thank you. And so in this moment, I put my hands on my chest. And as I do, you begin to see a slight illumination appear from underneath my hands. You begin to see a slight illumination literally coming from out of my chest. And as I do this, with my own eyes closed, standing in front of you, I breathe deeply. And you watch before you as I gently move my hands away from my chest. And as I do, I hold in them a very beautiful form of the paradigm shift sigil, illuminated as energy. And so this paradigm shift sigil, this sigil, we'll just simply call it the sigil for now. I bring it out from my chest, for it is carried within my heart. It is carried on my back. It has been carried inside of me. And yet I bring it forward to be able to have between us, for you to be able to see this, for you to be able to use this. And so, as I lift this paradigm shift sigil, the sigil, out from my chest, symbolically representing what it does, it now floats between the two of us, and my hands are back down at my side, and it is simply floating in front of you. It is simply illuminating your vision. And as it floats in front of you, the sigil itself, literally almost imagining it maybe no bigger than the size of a basketball, maybe a little bit bigger, and you see it pulsating with energy. And as you look at it, you look into the middle of it, and you begin to see the emergence of form and light. And as this happens, you begin to lose your perception of me literally standing on the other side of the sigil, as your focus literally shifts onto the sigil. And so again, just imagining in your mind's eye, creating the form of it, crystallizing it through your memory, perceiving it as this beacon, north, south, east, west, with pillars supporting both sides, and with a light in the middle. This light literally representing anything and all things. And so, my friends, I give the sigil space to be able to share it together between us, and for you to be able to receive the gifts of this. For this sigil in itself carries the wisdom of both the past, the present, and the future. It in itself transcends space and time. And before we move on to the next part, I invite you in this moment to literally just imagine the sigil before you. And what we will do is we will actually allow ourselves to connect in a heart with what it represents, to be able to receive it into our being, and to be even able to move through it. And so this sigil before you, as you perceive it, simply by seeing it, may it continue to activate the light guardian within you. May it continue to remind us that we are so much more. May it activate your courage. May it activate your compassion. May it give you the grace and patience you need to be present with your lessons. May it inspire the flame inside. May it call you into deep purpose and service. May it remind you of your ancestors. May it remind you of the generations to come. And as I continue to share these words with you, I want you to be able to use this space to even feel yourself deeply connecting with this sigil, and to be literally able to feel your consciousness moving through the middle of it. So in this moment, you're literally going to be shifting into another plane. The part of you will still be standing here in the middle of this temple. And yet for this moment, I am inviting you to be able to move through the portal that is created at the center of this paradigm shift sigil. And so this light, this energy ball at the center of the sigil begins to pulse, begins to slightly grow, and yet it does not get bigger, yet your perception appears to move closer and closer into it. And as you do, you feel yourself moving your consciousness into another space. And this space opens up with mandala-like sigils and fractals unfolding all around you as you enter into a hyperdelic space. One that is both warm, comforting, and inspiring. One that is a space that allows you to be able to receive both the past and the future. And so be in this space, literally inside of where this portal takes you, for it will take each and every one of you wherever you need to go. It does not go to a single place. It simply allows our heart to guide us as we do. And so continue to breathe as you imagine yourself. Literally, you're not simply seeing the sigil at this point. You are literally through the sigil. You have moved through it. And you are now in this higher dimensional space. You feel your etheric body moving as light. You feel yourself traveling through the many planes of your own existence. And as you do this, continue to listen to my voice, for I am sharing with you something very specific and very intentional. And as this happens, inviting you to be able to receive any images, any feelings, any activation sensations that may come your way. And so, my friends, as we continue to move through this story, as we continue to move deeper into parts of ourselves, let us truly be reminded as to what it was, what it is that we came here to do. the legend of the light guardians, of who you are, is a story that has existed since the very beginning. It is a story that exists until the very end. And as you breathe through this space, I invite you to remember the fact that there is a part of you that has lived this path in different ways, in different lives. That your journey of being of service, to be able to help others awaken within the dream, to be deeply reminded about the truth of who you are as a multidimensional being, as a creator of this matrix. Breathe into your heart as you are invited in this moment to literally remember not just the exact details, but the feelings of the fact that you know that you are more than just this one life. And that throughout many lives, on many different planets, even if this resonates for you, you have experienced so many things, so many highs, so many lows. For your quest was never just your own. The balance you brought within yourself was a balance that was brought into the collective. And so I see you, Light Guardian. I see you, Shifter. I see your purpose. I see why you're here. I see the part of you that has come here to make a difference, that has come here to fully activate into who they are, and to in turn help others do the same. So reflect on this. Breathe into your heart as you feel the Light Guardian activating within you. Feeling the love of your ancestors, future and past in this moment. They are with you. They are with us. Feel this. Know this. And let this feeling guide you moving forward to give you deeper purpose, deeper presence, deeper potential. Breathe. Continue to breathe. You are much bigger than just you. And in this moment, even feeling your remembrance literally as galactic consciousness. Feeling yourself not just as you, but as all that is. And just breathe here just for a moment. Almost imagining literally just the entire encompassing scape of what this reality has, of what this reality is made of, on the many different levels in which it does. So just take another breath here, nice and gentle, and slowly begin to bring your focus back to a single point of your identity of who you are now, of who you are in this incarnation, reminding yourself of the badass that you are, reminding yourself of the potential that you already have. And literally in this space, even beginning to imagine the futures already ahead, feeling the connection to them, the futures in which you continue to level up as a creator, in which you continue to discover more of yourself, in which you continue to activate your intuition. You can continue to help connect others. You are the portal. You will help those who you meet find themselves. You are the entire awareness of the consciousness, literally in one being, reflecting all. And so, slowly, as you connect with your breath, gently we are going to guide ourselves back to the awareness of the fact that you and I are still standing across from one another inside of this temple. And so slowly, as you guide your breath, shifting your focus, feeling your awareness almost gently moving, not necessarily even just backwards, but continuing to go forwards, and yet as you do, you arrive exactly where you were. You can even feel yourself continuing to move through the sigil, through this portal. And soon enough, you are standing right where you were. The sigil is still floating between us. I am standing on the other side of it with you. And in this moment, I invite you to simply place your gaze upon the sigil in the middle, as I am too. For what we will do in this next part of the meditation, and then we are almost done, is we will use this sigil as a portal to place our intention, to direct our intention. And as we do this, we are pouring our intention into the sigil for others to be able to receive, as we receive whatever we need from it, and also being able to connect it with that of the entire grid. And so, gazing at the sigil in the middle, feeling your heart gently opening, imagining any sort of additional energy in this part of the imagination for you. And that could be simply energy moving from the heart, connecting with the center of the sigil. Energy in the space around you beginning to shift and vibrate. And as we do this, slowly begin to feel the presence that there are other shifters, other light guardians, who are also standing around us. And where the candles that were on the edge of the circle stood, before them now forms an entire circle of light guardians. And now you and I, the distance between us, a little bit wider than before as we add our space to the accompaniment of the entire circle. And yet we see the paradigm shift sigil still floating in the middle of us. And now it is even bigger, a little bit bigger, the size of more than a beach ball. And again, the sigil floats in the air, breathing in a sense. And as we are here in this space, let us project our intentions through this sigil together as a team, together as a community. So I want you to be able to reflect on what it is that you wish to put into the sigil, as well as what it is that you wish to receive. For anything you put into it, you do also receive. And so I'll begin simply sharing some thoughts, and as we do this, I invite you to place your intentions into it, intentions to be able to help assist with the shift in consciousness. And so breathing together as a team, gentle inhale, gentle exhale, feeling our energy moving like a stream in towards the center of this circle with the paradigm shift sigil floating there, feeling any energy sensations moving up the spine. feeling this sigil literally not just as something separate, but literally as a reflection of our own body, of the wings that we are spreading, of the compass that we are, of the beacons that we are. And so with each exhale, with each inhale, we allow ourselves to just synchronize in this space. And together, let us continue to focus our intention. And through this ceremony, let us pour our love into the sigil as it reaches to the far edges of this world. In this moment, let us put our courage into the sigil as it reaches the far corners of this world. In this moment, let us put our patience into the sigil as it reaches the far corners of this world. In this moment, let us put our compassion into the sigil so that it reaches the far corners of this world. And so you breathe into this moment, and as you do, you pour your love into it. You connect your heart open to the fact that we are together as a team, that we together are making a difference, and that the strength of one is the strength of many. So breathe in this moment as you receive any energy that you wish to receive in this moment. So perhaps you are here to ask for courage of the team. Perhaps you are here to ask for deeper patience, resilience, flexibility, foresight. All of that is available for you, for all of us have the ability to put it there, to be able to share it. And so this sigil is becoming a well of source energy for us as a team, one that we are continuously cycling through. And you feel it now, not just in front of you, but you literally feel it in your heart. You feel the sigil on your chest. And as it breathes, you breathe. As it ignites, you ignite. And as this part of the ceremony begins to conclude, you can almost imagine the sigil in the middle igniting and shooting up, not shooting up, but a pillar of light igniting from it, piercing up through the top of the pyramid as the sigil still remains in the center of the circle. And this light sends out a signal out into the grid. For everything that we put into this moment moves itself into the shared consciousness. So to conclude this part, I invite us to do 3 simple ohms. And these ohms will carry our love. They will carry our intention. So if you're able to ohm in person, absolutely. If you can just do it in your imagination, that's fine too. So close your eyes. Imagine us literally in this beautiful temple, the paradigm shift sigil floating in the center. Again, this sigil, as much as we give it a name, it in itself is nameless, timeless, a portal to all hearts, through all hearts, back to source and beyond. So visualizing here, seeing all of us standing around a circle, breathing together, gentle inhales, exhales, and then together we will do 3 ohms. Follow my lead as we do. The ohms carry our intentions of love and move that into the sigil, up through the sky, into the grid, back to our hearts. So deep inhale, exhale together here, and then we'll do a mantra together, an om. So inhales, gentle inhales. Gentle exhales. Next one, om. Gentle inhale. Exhale, om. feeling the shared resonance of the team moving together, single organism, single community, one tribe, one heart. Together, gentle inhale, then Om. Inhale. Feeling any vibrations through the body, holding space in this moment. You do not have to think hard, you merely have to be present, feeling the space in your heart, feeling the inspiration, feeling the compassion, feeling the purpose. Light guardians, you are here because we have chosen to gather here. Light guardians, you are here because we can make a difference, because we have chosen this path to be able to help accelerate the shift, accelerate the timelines, align with new realities, open up those spaces within our hearts. Remind ourselves of the bigger purpose that we all share. Pour our love into the sigil, shoot it up into the matrix, encode it into the grid, back into our hearts. One more gentle inhale. Exhale, Om. And with a pulse of light, this energy is sent out across the sky as it reaches every corner of the earth, all hearts far and wide within this earth matrix and beyond. And take a moment here as tribe to just look around again, to see the eyes. You see me literally standing way on the other side of the circle from you. Yet you see all of the hearts and minds and eyes and souls of those of us gathered here in this sacred space, in this virtual space, in this hyperdelic space. Take a moment here to express gratitude for each and every one of us that you see, friends and strangers alike. Look at them, thank them, honor them, for they are honoring you, for we are honoring us. Remember this, light guardians, for that our strength is found in our wisdom. Our strength is found in our remembrance. The deeper truths, seeing beyond illusion, sight beyond sight, deeper purpose, knowing our potential, working together as a team, being portals for others, creating paradigm shift communities, creating magic with our art, and using our magic to continue to inspire others, to share our stories, which will be mirrors for us to see deeper parts of ourselves. As one of us grows, we all grow. As we all grow, one of us grows. So just take a moment here as we conclude this part of the ceremony to honor everyone here in this circle. Friends, family, tribe. Gentle inhales. And slowly, as we move towards the final part of this meditation, walk back towards the middle and meet me at the center. The rest of the people who were here, they simply phase shifts, and now it is just you and I again, standing at the center of the circle, the candle still illuminating the surroundings. Before us, the paradigm shift sigil has now shrunk back down to the size smaller than a basketball, and it is now floating still between us like a plasma, and yet it in itself seems to have a form almost like something similar to a crystal, yet also being purely light. And so as we stand before each other in this moment to conclude this part of the ceremony, I want to be able to share with you something incredibly special. Something that I've waited a very, very long time to be able to do. For those of you who may be new, for those of you who may be old, even for those of you who are new, you still are old. Time is irrelevant, for we fold back into the moment right here, right now. And so looking into your eyes again, as you look into mine, you see the illumination in them. You see the spark in them. You see the familiarity as I look into yours. And simply looking at each other, we feel our hearts open. We feel a deeper sense of connection. We feel the camaraderie that is shared between us. And so in this moment, as I look you in the eyes, I see you. I honor you. I thank you for all that you are, for all that you have always been, for all that you are continuing to become, for all that you will do, not just for you, but for those who you will meet, for the ripples that you will create. And so as this sigil floats between us, I gently hold it in my hands, for it is come from my heart. And at this moment, I share it with you. I share it with you personally, for you to be able to bring and receive and to carry with you as well within your heart. And so, the sigil between us, as I hold it in my hands, I keep it there as I offer it to you. And when you are ready, should you feel the genuine call through your free will, I'm inviting you to be able to hold your hands up towards mine with your palms facing upwards, to be able to receive this, for you to be able to choose to carry this as well. For it will remain in both of our hearts, in all of our hearts. And so, as much as you will it within your own imagination, I want you to gently, if this resonates for you, hold the sigil in your hands. As I pass it, it just kind of floats from my palm to yours. And you hold it there in front of you. And you place your hands around it as it kind of floats in between them. You feel the warmth of it. You look deeper at it. You remind yourselves of a familiarity that it sparks with inside of you. You feel the energy, the strength, and the power of it. And when you are ready, through my own demonstration, as I place my hands on my heart, I invite you to gently move the sigil and place it over your heart, to move it literally into your chest. And as you do this, you feel a slight tingling, the energy as it merges into you. For you feel it now, not just in your hands, but literally in your heart. It is now with you. And as much as you choose for it to be, it will always continue to be there with you as a reminder, as a portal, as a beacon for those who carry this within their heart, carry a connection that we all share on a higher dimensional level, creating this incredibly sacred ceremony. And for in many ways, this sigil was always within your heart, but now we are illuminating the space in which it is present. And so you feel it on your heart, you feel it in your chest, you feel it even on your back between your shoulder blades, almost imagining it there as a sigil, as a tattoo even. For literally that is where I carry mine. You feel this, and just breathe here. For this sigil is a reminder. For this sigil, as you carry it, reminds you of your promise. Not a promise to me, a promise that you have made long before now to us, to the universe, to Mother Gaia herself, to the overmind, to the oversoul, to the ever connected thread that we weave. This promise to continue to help bring balance where you go, to be the light, to ignite others along their path, to be the leader, to be the creator, to be the dreamer awakening. For you know that through your journey, that through you leveling up, you literally help others. And you find your purpose through service. And so let this sigil remind you of your deeper promise. And I invite you to reflect on this afterwards as to what that promise is to you, for it will be uniquely individual to all of us. Yet at its core, it in itself is ancient. The story and the legend of the Light Guardians literally transcends throughout all time, for we have been present in many forms, in many names. And now we are here, no more special than anybody else. It's simply aligned with vision, with purpose, with tension, as part of this shared story, with intention as part of this shared story. So feel this in your heart. Breathe into this moment. And I want you to even just look at me one more time before you imagine yourself closing your eyes at the center of this temple, and then we will transition our awareness back to our physical body. So as we conclude this ceremony, as I hold my heart, my hands on my heart, as I carry this sigil within my chest, now you too carry it within your heart. With you wherever you go. You literally carry the shift with you wherever you go. You carry this deep remembrance, this deeper purpose wherever you go. It will always be there as a beacon, as a flame, as a spark in any moment of the day. If you feel yourself even just needing a little bit of a boost, focus on this sigil and it will connect us. It will connect us to this moment. It will connect us to our courage. It will connect us to our compassion. It will connect us to deeper wisdom, to flexibility. Connect us to a cosmic strength that runs through all beings. So breathe into your heart. Look me in the eyes one more time as I thank you deeply for being here, for being of service. Fellow Light Guardian, I am honored to be on this path with you. I am excited about what we are creating together. I see you, I honor you, and I'm grateful to be here with you. And slowly I close my eyes, and as I do, you close your eyes, and even imagining still the sigil within your mind's eye, for it is literally meant to synchronize with the third eye. For that portal at the center of the sigil is a portal that is literally within us. It is all things. It is the light that we bring. So breathe into this moment with your eyes closed as we conclude this final part of the ceremony, and simply listen to this voice, listen to my voice, listen to this as a higher voice. Breathe. And so, for all of the fellow Light Guardians on this quest, for each and every day, as we continue to become our best, as we activate the avatar that is inside of who we are, as we anchor in the wisdom that shines through from the stars, as we move forward on this path with deep purpose and deep love, to continue to shine forth all the wisdom from above. We are here to ignite the flame that is within. We are here to be leaders that will connect us as kin. For as we continue to shine our light, as we can continue to move through those dark nights, we bring balance into ourselves. As we help this world become right, as we help the dreamers continue to awaken, as we ignite the lover within our hearts, as we continue to transform this world through the magic of our shared arts. And so, like guardians and shifters, through the many lifetimes that we have lived, I am grateful for this moment to be the infinite bridge between that which is now and that which has always been. May you shine forth the courage of the tribe. May you be what you have always been. Gentle inhales, gentle exhales. Feeling again, reminding yourself that beyond this meditation, I want you to practice visualizing the paradigm shift sigil in your mind's eye. Get better at it. Practice putting your intention into it outside of this meditation. This ceremony continues in our individual moments of reflection. Use this connection that you now deeply have with the sigil to be a portal for you in any way that you need it. Let it be unique to you. Let it be something special to you. Let it remind you of us as community. Let it ignite the courage and the unity. So slowly as we breathe here, just feeling this moment, reminding ourselves of what this feels like before we slowly begin to transition ourselves back to our physical body. So gentle breaths. Feeling inspired, feeling the remembrance of the light that you are. Thank you. Thank you. And slowly, you can gently begin to shift your awareness back to your physical body. And as you do, you carry with you deep inspiration to go out there, to help change the world, to help shift the paradigms, to help be a part of the team. And when you are ready, you can slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And gently, very gently, when you are ready, you can open your eyes and return your awareness to the space around you. So just continue to breathe here. Good. Good. Awesome. Beautiful. So thank you again, everyone, for being here, for being a part of this. This was definitely something very special, and obviously that was a little bit longer than 40 minutes, but hey, I think it still worked out pretty good. So reminding you that, like, yeah, what did we just do here? Like, what was that? You know, that was like this virtual ceremony, hyperdelic ceremony, where we literally passed on and activated the sigil within your heart and what that sigil represents. And again, that sigil in many ways can represent many things. It is not one thing, it is everything. And that is the gift of it. By giving it, by carrying it and giving it with the team, we give us the gift of it being anything that it means for each and every one of us. So Awesome. So thank you again, everyone. I'm gonna just keep an eye on the YouTube chat right now, and if anybody has any gratitude that they would like to be able to express as we conclude this broadcast, please feel free to just drop that in the comments. Thank you guys so much. That was fun. That was a really special one. And so again, you know, like what we're gonna be doing, part of the vision behind this is like literally to be able to get better at meditating like with the paradigm shift sigil, and then to continue to do these like global meditations where we are synchronizing through it, where we're continuing to activate ourselves. So it's a very powerful thing. And again, your guys' feedback, let me know how that was for you. And yeah, that was pretty good. So sending out lots of good vibes. Like if anything, let this meditation just be like good vibes. You are getting lots of good vibes from this. And again, beyond just that, we want this to inspire people. We want this to be able to be, you know, inviting people to go deeper into what this project is about. This project is about, again, being able to create a global team of shifters, of light guardians, of people who are actively helping assist with the shift in consciousness. People who are creating physical paradigm shift communities where they are, that host regular open-minded discussion meditation groups. Again, it started as a single club in my college, and now we are continuing to grow, and there are paradigm shift communities worldwide. We have, I can honestly say for you guys, like, I feel very confident about what it is that we are creating together as a team. There is like some serious momentum that we are creating here, and there is a lot of value that we are creating as a community. So other things about being a shifter, I'm inviting people again, jump into our team Discord chat to stay synced up. That's one of the easiest ways. But what we're creating in the future, you know, we're really inviting people to be able to help document their stories, to document the shift. And this is going to be happening through the quest journals on the main Paradigm Shift Central website. So again, just live.paradigmshiftcentral.com. Check out that website, familiarize yourself with it, return back to these regular broadcasts, our team roundtables and our meditations on Sundays, our roundtables Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, find it right through here. And again, just like through this, we level ourselves up, we activate ourselves, we become beacons, we are becoming, you know, like the answer to what is needed in a lot of ways. And very simply put, this world needs people who are helping inspire, who are helping bring more love and compassion. And we're doing it in all of the little ways and all of the big ways that we simply live our day-to-day lives. So the most important thing, and believe me, like, I'm not trying to put pressure on you, to remove that pressure, all I'm inviting you to be able to do is to be your authentic self, to learn who you are. And through learning who you are helping the team. Simple. Very simple, period. Like, that is all like you have to do, is just learn who you are. Create who you are. And again, knowing that you can take it further, knowing that you can go out there, knowing that you can help community, it's a powerful thing. So thank you again, everyone, so much for being a part of this. We're going to wrap up this broadcast. It's literally 11:11 on my clock right now. So I think that's a good, well, if that's like a little bonus point from the universe right there, then I don't know what it is. So thanks, universe. So thank you guys. Thank you to all the shifters out there. You know, again, I think we got something really awesome going on here as a community. So go back and take a look at the Paradigm Shift Sigil. Like, when you get a chance, meditate it, open eye gaze on it, and imagine like that portal in the middle. Like, feel it. Like, this, we're doing things here, guys. Like, this is like some like higher dimensional stuff. And so just like take some time to kind of like develop a relationship with that sigil, allow it to kind of like be something to you. So just reading the quick comments, Luna says, amazing, 11:11. Dr. Cog says, thank dude, needed those good vibes. Thank you guys. David says, I love the potential of this and where this is going. David, thank you. Yes, and that's like a huge part of this, right? It's not just this moment, it's the potential. It's the potential of what it is that we're creating. And that's kind of like what the sigil represents. It's like the past, the present, and the future. You can literally see that from the pillars. You can decode the symbol in a lot of ways. It's crazy, man. Like, you go back and like the symbols, like it's unique, but at the same time, it's like so similar. It's really trippy. But use the sigil to kind of like also be a symbol for like what it is that we're creating in the future. It is like a portal, literally pulling in consciousness from beyond space and time. And so as it is in our heart, allow it to be there to guide us. Allow it to be there as like a beacon of who we are and align us with that truth inside. So super cool stuff. Again, thank you everyone for being a part of this. As we conclude this broadcast, just inviting you guys to tune in more for future broadcasts. Again, team roundtables Thursday at 9:30, global meditations Sundays, and this Thursday coming up, which will be October 18th, is going to be dream class. So for those of you who are listening to this live-ish before that date, just take note that it will be dream class coming up this Thursday. So again, that's where we talk about dreams, metaphysics, lucid dreaming, astral projection, and yeah, just inviting you guys to prepare for it in whatever way that makes sense for you. So pay attention to like your dream practices, writing down your dreams, dream journaling, even refraining from cannabis if that's something that is like, you know, going to change your dream recall practice, and just putting that intention in there. And we'll be there for Thursday to be able to talk about things. So anybody can join that as well. And yeah, we'll refresh the team Patreon in a second. So again, thank you again to the team Patreon supporters. You guys help make this possible. Essentially, I'll just mention this real quick because it's really exciting. You know, like as we continue to increase the funds for the team Patreon, essentially what we're working towards is literally the opportunity to be able to pay you guys for your submissions to the website. So as the funds are there and you guys are creating quest journals, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a variety of quest journals, and each quest journal, as you complete it, would actually have like a reward value to it. So as you were to complete a quest journal and we get it properly published, I would like give you like X number of dollars. Like the lower tier would be like $5, but for harder quest journals, like eventually you'll be able to get like, you know, like $10 and eventually $20. So for like, you know, well documented pieces of media. So stay around. If you're literally like passionate about creating conscious media, then yeah, know that this project is like something we're creating to literally create like jobs for ourselves, a little bit of side income, as well as just being able to share our creativity and our passion. So check out the team Patreon, add your support to that. That's what we're building towards. Again, we're at 135 active donators. Like honest to goodness, guys, like the objective behind that is to keep going. Like eventually that's going to be like 500 active Patreon supporters. Eventually, we're just one drop at a time. So add your drop when you can. Monthly micro donation of $3 to $5. Again, get your shifter booster kit, get your light guardian crystal, have it with you during future meditations, anchor into the grid. You can do that at patreon.com/Brendan Culleton. You can also donate single donations just to show your support that way at paypal.me/Brendan Culleton. Links are all in the video on YouTube. And yeah, make sure you're subscribed at youtube.com/Skull Babylon and Paradigm Shift Radio on iTunes. Again, the easiest way, I've made it super easy for you guys. Just go to live.paradigmshiftcentral.com and you'll see the past MP3s, the past broadcasts, future broadcasts. That's like the one bookmark that, live.paradigmshiftcentral.com. And again, Mystic Spider-Man on Instagram, and through Mystic Spider-Man, you can just click my bio link and that will direct you to live.paradigmshiftcentral.com. So making it super easy for you guys. So I'm just going to refresh the Patreon real quick. Again, I know you guys were meditating, so it's not expected that there would be new donations, but feel free to add those when you get a chance. So we're still at 135, 792. That's awesome, guys. Again, that's gonna go up pretty quick. So thank you again, everyone, for being a part of this. Just another comment from Sarah in the chat saying thank you. So again, thank you, everyone. Please feel free to go back, listen to past broadcasts. There's a lot of other guided meditations that we have online, including the story meditation. So if you kind of like the style of this, there's some other ones that we have that get really interesting, including other ones with our good friend Merland, who had like a bit of a kind of like a Easter egg reference in this one. So me and Merlin go way back, man. So, or do we? I don't know. It's just a story, but hey, we're having fun with it. So stories encode things with like energy. So the Merlin is within inside all of us. Awesome, guys. All right, so with that said, thank you so much. It's time for us to conclude this broadcast, but I'm looking forward to being able to join you guys in the team Discord chat. I'm just going to post the link for that into the YouTube after this broadcast. But again, that's tinyurl.com/paradigm shift chat. Join us there between this and future broadcasts. And yeah, keep going out there, guys. You know what you need to do. So, you know, go out there, start conversations with people, do things like free hugs, create paradigm shift communities, get inspired, create content, create conscious media for the Paradigm Shift Central website. Stick around, stay in sync, and leave your comments. Your engagement is greatly appreciated. So thank you for being a part of this. Again, breathe into that. That sigil, it is with you. We are carrying it together as a team. That is a very powerful idea. So allow that to kind of continue to permeate throughout the week, throughout like the days to come. That's going to become even more actualized. You're going to feel yourself being more in sync. You're going to kind of, again, you've leveled up a little bit. You've activated a part of yourself. you've activated that light guardian within inside of you. It was already there, it was already activated, but now it's just like even more, slightly more activated. For some of you, it may be like a real boost right off from the, you know, launch pad. So again, just going out there, you're going to feel more synchronicity, you're going to feel more in line, you're going to feel more inspired, you're going to feel more connected to with that higher purpose of the team, collective momentum. Our courage is your courage is our courage. So power of the pack, wolf pack. Go ahead, guys, throw in a wolf howl for me there. So shifters unite. Awesome. All right, thank you again, everyone. Let's continue to go out there, kick some butt. I look forward to continuing to do more amazing things with you during the future of this project. So be sure to stay synced up, tune in for more, and yeah, share this episode with your friends. And as always, keep it shifty. So thank you guys so much, and until next time, we will see you in the future. Much love, guys. Good job, team. You guys did a really good job tonight. Good practice, team. Good hustle. All right, go rest up, get some water, take care of yourself. Have a beautiful now. I love you.